Let's get this party started. All right. Here it is. Wednesday already. I think I get screwed up on Wednesday with having this trainer session on Wednesdays this year. I always think tomorrow is Friday, which is really weird. Can't get my head into the fact that we're doing this on Wednesday. All right, you guys know the drill. You got your water bottle with water in it, your fan, your towel. Get yourself in a nice, easy gear. Some of you have already been spinning for a while, so that's good. Just enough to get you warmed up. Because this one was going to need to warm up pretty quickly. We're going to go through a series of kind of efforts that are going to go a little harder than we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We've been doing some cadence work. We've been doing some climbing work. And all of those are good. It's nice, good for the body to kind of mix it up a little bit. And that's exactly what today is going to be. We're going to mix it up. We haven't done these kind of efforts in a while. I was watching a video of someone who was doing a VO2 max and a lactate threshold test for the first time. And they were with a coach. And after they had done the test, of course, she was asking, well, how do I use this information? What's the best thing to do with it? And that was her message, which hopefully most coaches have the same message, is you really want to utilize all of those, as Chris Carmichael calls them, energy systems. If you constantly do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you're not going to get any improvements. So you need to kind of mix it up every once in a while. If you did this kind of workout outside, you could utilize telephone poles or trees or something along the way of your ride as your sprint points. Or you might be, say, 25 meters from a stop sign, and you say, I got to sprint to that stop sign. Or if you have town signs, which we all have, that's always been a place where people go and with their groups and say, okay, it's a sprint point at a town sign. So whoever gets to that sign first gets points. So different ways to use a sprint workout outside, and a good way to just kind of shake the legs up a little bit, do something different, and keep the action going. Because we all kind of get in a rut about when we get out on a workout. You might just get on your bike and just ride, not really think about putting any effort into something. It's good to start saying to yourself before you go out for a ride, okay, maybe today I'm going to make it a climbing day, and every hill I come to, I'm going to push it a little harder. Or make it a day where you say, I'm going to work on my cadence. Or make it a day where you say, I'm going to do a little bit of sprinting. So those are the ways to keep it fresh, keep the body guessing. The more you keep it guessing, the more improvement you're going to get. That's why sometimes, even though a lot of people ride in club situations, if you're riding with a certain category, you may be riding at the same pace all the time. But don't get me wrong. It is good also to go out and do that enjoyable ride. Ride with the group, stay at a pace that's comfortable, enjoy yourself along the way. These other kind of workouts you can do on your own. And then in those club settings, unless you're doing on purpose to go out and really hammer, then find that group that's the hammer group. But also find that group where you can just enjoy yourself. All right, so We're going to get to our first opener. The way this is going to go, super simple. I think somebody might not have their microphone muted. So if you see that you're not muted, if you could please mute yourself, that would be great. The way we're going to get started, you know this. The way that it works is very simple. 30 seconds hard, 1 minute easy. We're going to kind of mix this up though. We're going to do some of these 30 seconds hards out of the saddle. So all I want you to do right now, get in your small ring 15, which means you should have 3 gears under your chain, seated, 30 seconds, bring up the effort. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We want to really start to feel the legs burning. If your cadence is kind of low, that's okay. It'll warm up. The legs will come around. Keep your feet nice and light. 3, 2, 1. Find that easy gear. Keep the cadence high. 90 plus. We don't want to go too easy. We want to make sure we're starting to get the heart to pound a little harder. The lungs starting to work. As I've said to you in the past, you might find yourself like really breathless after that first one. Well, it's because the body's reacting to the fact that you're starting an effort, saying, okay, now I think I'm ready. I got to get going. Got to start working. All right, for this next one, you're going to go down to 2 gears past your 15. So kind of your 13. Let's go, standing up. Push this a little bit. Really force yourself to go kind of hard so you start to feel a little bit of the lactic acid in your legs. Three, two, one. Standing up. I'm sorry, sitting back down. Back to that easy gear. And again, keep that cadence high. Notice my leg speed. I'm at 105. I really want to keep the heart rate high. This isn't really, even though it's an easy gear, it's not about going easy. It's about getting the legs ready. You're going to need easy after our very short sprints tonight. The nice part is you're going to get a lot of rest in between those. So this next one, back down to your 15. Stay seated. 30 seconds, let's go. Push it kind of hard. Force yourself to get nice and ready. Three, two, one. Right back up to that easy gear. Spinning it out. One more of these. The next one's going to be standing. I think I see Martha and John chiming in. Good to see you guys. Everybody's motivated tonight. like it. I know sometimes we get home, it feels like it's late to start this, but when you're done, you're going to be happy that you were here. All right, back down to that 13 or so. Standing up. Last 30. Make it strong. Just over the saddle. Feel the tip of that saddle right between your legs. Should be over the pedals with your hips. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. Now you can go easy. Take a drink. All right. Let's get into our main set. So, we're going to start off with 5 by 1 minute. I'm calling these sprints, but they're almost like a build. So think about a sprint. If a sprinter started sprinting as hard as they could sprint with 500 meters to go, more than likely that last 25 meters are going to die. But if that sprinter started sprinting with 500 meters to go and went at like 70%, then went to 80%, 90%, that 100% is going to get them across that finish line potentially first. So that's what I want you to think about for these first 1 minute efforts. You're going to get 1 minute of easy after each one, but I want you to build them. So I'm going to give to you every 15 seconds as we do them. You're going to stay seated, and I'm going to put you in a gear that's going to allow you to spin those legs, maybe between 80 and 90, if you can hold that, and if you're ready to do that. But we want to really be a solid minute for each one of these, and then a minute to recover. So find your 19. Remember, if you're 25 at the top, 25, 23, 21, 19. So about 4 gears is what you're looking for. 80 to 90 cadence, 1 minute. Let's go. Start off. That's something you can manage. Let's build these. Every 15. 15 done, just a little bit harder. Concentrate on a metric to help you get a little bit faster. 30 done, a little bit harder. If you feel like you need a little bit more gear next one, you can do that. Last 15, maybe in your drops, really going for it. Feel the legs burn. 3, 2, 1. 1 down. Easy gear. 1 minute easy. Really take advantage of this minute. Get a drink. Remember that your goal is to consume that full water bottle. Now, think about the gear you were in. Was it good? Did it work? Was it the proper one to keep you in that cadence range? Were you spinning a little fast? I think for me, I was in too easy of a gear. So I'm going to go with a little harder gear this time. For number 2, effort number 2, we're doing 5. All right, find that gear. Here we go. Keep that cadence. Remember, don't jump out yet. It might be a sprint, but you're not ready to go yet. Stay behind your lead out. 15 down. Now you can go a little faster. Solid. 30 down. Super controlled. Maybe into your drops. Last 15. Come on, bring up the effort. Work this. Stick with it. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. Woo! 2 down. I'm sure you have your fan on by now. Take a drink if you need it. Watch your heart rate if you have it. See how quickly your heart rate starts to come down in these rest periods. It's going to kind of give you an indicator of where your fitness is. And remember, you don't have to be at your fittest right now. It's winter. It's okay to feel like you don't have the same fitness that you had in the middle of June. All right, here we go. Third one. Find that gear. Whatever it is. Keeping that cadence. Try for 80 to 90. 15 down. A little faster. Concentrate on whatever that metric is. 30 down. Just a little more. I'm going to the drops. Last 15. Bring up the power. Three, 2, 1. Nice. Woo! Might feel the legs burning. That's good. Take a drink. Typically, the way it goes is, as you do more of these efforts, you actually get better at them. Because the body starts saying, I've been there before. I can make this happen. You only have 2 more of these to do. And that's actually the longest effort of the night. So, that's simple. All right, find your gear. Let's go. Remember, don't bust out of the gate. Got to hold back. A little bit harder now. You'll know when the legs are really getting ready to go. 30 seconds done. I'm going to the drops again. And last 15. Make sure the legs are working. 3, 2, easy. Easy gear, easy effort. So when I say make sure the legs are working, that means you shouldn't be doing this. When you do this, it's a waste of energy. Just the legs are what you need to make that kind of effort work. You get no advantage when you move your upper body in that way. It might be an indicator that your gearing might be a little too heavy, or it just may be that you haven't developed that leg speed yet. And that's okay, but work on using your core. All right, find your gear. Let's go. Last one. Should be the best one of all of them. Super solid. 15 down. If you feel your upper body wanting to move, sit up and use your core. 30 down. Keep the legs moving. Down in those drops if you want. Last 15. Let's go. Let's go. 3, 2. Nice easy gear. Woo! Great job. You get 2 minutes to recover. Take advantage of this 2 minutes. Take a drink. You can take more than one drink if you need it. All right. Now the real sprinting starts. We are doing 3 by 12 seconds. Doesn't seem like very much. Here's the thing though. We're going to be in a relatively hard gear. And we're going to start with our leg speed being maybe 20 RPMs. We're not going from a complete stop. We're starting at a very low cadence. What I want you to think about is, if you can make it happen, each time, have a different foot forward. So you're pushing off of that front foot as you do it. And again, don't go too hard right at the beginning, because 12 seconds might sound like it's a short period of time, but when you're going at an all-out effort, you definitely need to manage that 12 seconds. So what gear are you going to be in? You're going to be in your big ring and your 15. So you were last in your 15 to get us to the opener. This time you're just going to go big ring 15. So go ahead and find your big ring. Down to that 15. Now if you're feeling like you have any knee issues, definitely lighten up this gear so that you're not throwing your knees out. All right, we got 12 seconds. Turn your cadence down as if you're almost barely pedaling. And when I hit the gun, just give me 12 seconds seated. 3, 2, let's go. Come on. You can be in your drops, in your hoods, or on your deck, whatever it takes. 3, 2, 1. Down to your small ring, back up to that easy gear. Not too bad for the first one. Now you know what it's going to feel like. You're going to get a whole minute and 48 seconds of recovery. So if you think about what leg was forward when I said go, I know my right one was. If I can time it properly for when I say go this next time, start with your opposite leg in the front. If you can make it happen. Don't stress out over it. If the right one pushes again, that's okay. If you want to change your hand position, sometimes being in the drops for these efforts is a good place to be because it kind of lowers your center of gravity and you're working some different muscles being in the drops, more of your glutes and your hamstrings. If you're sitting up a little more, you're going to work pretty much all of the leg, everything. But you'll be surprised how much you're using your calf muscles to do this. If the gearing felt okay, then go to the same gear. If the gearing felt like it was too easy, and you think you can go a little harder on the gear, then make that happen. All right, we're coming up onto our 2 minutes down. Go ahead and get in your big ring. Find that gear again. Whatever gear you have selected, bring your cadence down. This time I'm starting in the drops. I'm going to count it down just like it did the last one. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Stay seated. I know you want to stand up and go for it, but use this to work those muscles. 3, 2, back down to the small ring. Easy gear. Good job. Take a drink. Now, if you haven't done these kind of efforts before, you may notice your heart literally jumping out of your chest. That's okay. That's why we're doing them, to force the body to know what this feels like, so the next time, it might not jump out of your chest as far. Keep your cadence nice and easy. Use it as recovery. I'm giving you freedom to go slow for the recovery so you can really hit those sprints hard. That's what we're looking for. Super solid. I want to see a big spike, hitting really high wattages, really going for it. Seeing how high you can get even your cadence to go in that kind of gearing. And you might be feeling, as I said before, you might be feeling this in your calf muscles, which you probably thought, I don't use them too much when I'm pedaling. You do. That, and you actually use the front of your shins, the muscles that are attached to your shin bone, those are also working. All right, number 3, find that big ring, get in the right gear. Give me a nice, slow cadence. Again, whatever foot comes forward on this one, we'll just make it happen naturally. 3, 2, let's go. Make it the best one. Really push the power. 3, 2, nice easy gear. Ooh, good job. You're going to get a nice extended rest for this one. We're going to go for our 2 minutes to recover. And then we're going to actually go 2 more minutes. So keep it light. I'm going to talk you through the next thing. And that's why I'm giving you so much time to recover. Because the next effort is going to be 5 minutes of standing for 10 seconds and sitting for 10 seconds. So lots of ups and downs. I'm going to give you a gear. It's going to give you enough resistance underneath your feet. But I want you to be fully recovered for that part. So enjoy this little spin out. Make sure you're consuming some water as always. I said to Randy, I thought I was going to get to like 50 degrees tomorrow, but doesn't seem like the case. I don't know how many of you this morning had like frosty snow sort of on the ground. It looked so beautiful outside this morning with everything just covered in this light white powdery stuff. I don't think I would call it snow though. I think it was more like frost because it was cold. But it looked really cool, especially on the trees. That's one of the times when you want to be able to go and hike in the woods. Bring a good camera. Take some amazing pictures, ones that you can hang up in your house. Have them blown up. Nature has definitely some really pretty things. All right, so how's this going to go? 5 minutes. We still have another minute to recover. 10 seconds seated, 10 seconds standing. You don't have to go there yet, but you're going to be in your big ring and your 15, which is the same gear that you were in for those 12-second sprints. Now this is a long 5 minutes. So again, go at a pace that works for you. If you need to skip a standing portion, you're more than welcome to do that. If you feel like the legs just can't go for that long. And just take an extra seated effort while we're standing so you can recover and then come back. Now this one's going to jack up the heart rate in a different way. It's going to keep the heart rate high because obviously when you stand, you have to use more effort to make that happen. So your body is going to react by increasing your heart rate for sure. All right, so go ahead and find your big ring. Down to that 15. Look back if you need to. We're going to start with 10 seated. Cadence will be low. That's okay. 3, 2, 1. Get comfortable here. Get on your deck. Pedal evenly. Hands in your hoods. Standing up. So you always want to be in your hoods when you stand up. Sitting back down. If you want to keep your hands in the hoods, that's fine. If you want to pull them back just a tad into the curve and up. And down. Go at a pace that works for you. Whatever gearing, and up. If the gearing gets to be just a little too much, then give yourself one easier. Down. Building good leg strength here. Up. Stick with it. Down. Thank God you have all that recovery. Up. Feeling strong. Down. Try not to plop down. Really lower yourself. Up. Control it with your leg strength when you go to sit. Down. 2 down. Up. Down. You should be feeling the consistency now. Your pedal stroke should feel the same standing up as it does seated. Down. Up. Coming up to 3. Down. Pass halfway. Up. You got this. Believe in yourself. Down. Tell yourself you got the energy. Up. Good positive thought. Down. Oh yeah. Up. Down. Just 1 minute to go. You got this. Up. Down. Stick with it. Up. 30 seconds. Make it happen. Down. Only 1 more standing. Up. Last effort. And down. Small ring. Easy gear. Woo-wee. Spin it out. Keep it easy. Take a drink. All right. So the last time we did 12 seconds seated. I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say. 12 seconds standing. Now the hard part to this one is we are actually going to stop our feet and start without any pedaling. Now, granted, if you have any knee issues, I don't want you starting from a solid stop. But here are some things that you need to know when you do this. I'm going to have you in a gear that gives you enough resistance under you. And when you have your feet stopped, when I say go, I want you to literally bring your butt back and push from above. So your feet should actually be the foot that you're pushing from at the top of your pedal stroke, and you're pushing through. So if you start with your feet level, and I say 3, 2, 1, back pedal till your foot's at the top, push your butt back. This is what a track racer would do. And then push from there. That's going to protect your knees. If you try to start from below that point and you don't take your butt off the saddle, you could potentially injure yourself. So bring it back, push your butt back, hands should be in the hoods, and then go from there. And again, that 12 seconds, you're going to build it. You're not going to go hard from the beginning because you can't. So again, I'm going to put you down in your 15. If you feel like you need a little bit more gear under you, you can do that after the first one. So find that gear. Keep pedaling until I say you're going to stop. Now, if you want to, if you know you have a dominant foot, like I know I push off better with my right foot. So I'm going to do the first one with my right foot up, the second one with my left, and the third one with my left. So I can start to improve when I'm tired pushing from that left foot. So go ahead, stop your feet in the forward back position. I'm going to count it down. 3, then you're going to go up a little. 2, 1, you're going to be at the top, bringing your back butt off the saddle and pushing. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, out of the saddle. Let's go. 12 seconds. Those first couple of pedal strokes are a killer, but you should get some nice power out of this. 3, 2, 1, sitting down. Small ring, easy gear. How'd that go? Did you get the gist of it? If you move your feet in step, right at the top, butt comes off, pushing forward. So now, if you started with your dominant leg, or the leg that you're most comfortable with, it might feel a little odd to do it with the other foot. But I know you're going to make it happen. Remember, this is recovery. You can go nice, easy here. Take a drink. Allow yourself to get ready for the next one. Now, do a check on the gearing. Did you put it in the right gear? Was it too easy? Was it too hard? Did you not have enough gear under you? Because if you don't have the right gear, then it's going to feel really hard to pedal while you're standing. We need that little heavier gear. But I will admit that if I was ever sprinting in a race, sometimes I was never in my hardest gear because I could get better leg speed in just a little easier gear, and I had enough power to be able to sprint in just a little easier gear. All right, so find your big ring. Back down to the gear that you think, hopefully it was a 15. In your hoods, go ahead and stop your feet with the leg that you don't like in front. This might feel a little odd, but let's make it happen. 3, bring it back a little. 2, and the last 1. Let's go. Here we go. Out of the saddle, in the hoods. Keep it going. 10 and 12. Easy gear. Whew. That did feel odd. Didn't seem to get the same push off that I typically would get because I didn't push my butt back. And that matters. That makes a difference. Again, make this easy here. Allow yourself to recover. That's 2 down. We got 1 more to do. You're going to try to get to the highest power possible. If you have power, see if you can. I'm going to see if I can get to 500. See what happens. I might not get to 500 if I start with my left foot forward. Let me see if I start with my right foot forward. But I'm going to do left because I want to work on that weakness. If we work on our weaknesses, they will become strengths. It's a good tattoo if you want to get that. I don't know. I think you guys are going to crush this last one. I feel it coming. I feel the power. And I think you guys are feeling how great this feels when you have adequate rest. There's something to say for that. All right. Big ring. Find that gear. Trying to decide if I want a bigger gear or not. All right. Stop those feet. Put them in the right position. Let's do this right. 3, 2, 1. Butt back. Let's go. Come on. I got to get to that 500. I'm going hard. Yes. I got there. And sit down. Good job, everybody. Easy gear. We got 1 more effort to do. I crushed it. I knew we were going to crush it. 6:08. What? There we go. Feeling the power. All right, 3 good ones. We're going to finish up with just a few efforts, just to keep you honest. 2 efforts with 45 seconds hard, just like we started. 1 minute hard. But these 2, you're only going to get 30 seconds rest. So that 30-second rest is definitely going to make a difference. But this 45 seconds, I want you to see if you can go hard for 45 seconds. No easy. Just go for it. Go for it. See if you can make it happen. Push yourself. I'm going to give you choice. I want you in your big ring, but you get to decide what gear you want to be in. Remember, too easy, sometimes not the way to go. Too hard, definitely not the way to go. So you want to be like Little Red Riding Hood and find just that perfect mattress to lay on. All right, so go ahead. Get in that big ring. You're doing this seated. So find a gear that you think you can go your hardest for 45 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to keep you abreast of timing. So if you feel like you want to go a little harder as we build this, 15 down. Good solid cadence. Nice solid effort. 30 down. Last 15, let's go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Small ring, easy gear. Only 30 seconds. Woo! Now the heart rate is busting out of your chest. You got one more to do. Last one's the best one. You know the term. This is when it counts. Find that gear. Big ring. Whatever you decide. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep the effort high. Really go for it. 15 down. You got this. 30 down. Hold on to it. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Nice work. Woo. Easy gear. Finish what's in your bottle. Pay attention to your heart rate. If you have it. Where is it right now? It might go up a few beats after you've finished the effort. Because remember, heart rate is a delayed reaction. Power is an instant reaction to the amount of torque you put on the pedals. That's why power reigns supreme over heart rate training. But there's a cost, which I understand not everybody can afford. But if you want to go a route that's relatively inexpensive and super easy, I use the Asiamo pedals. I am not sponsored by them. They are really good. I haven't had any problems. And the best part is you don't have to take them off, or you don't have to take anything off. You literally plug a cord into the pedal itself, and that charges them. So your computer will tell you when they needed charged, and they really are an easy solution. They do come compatible with like a Look or a Shimano cleat, but I've actually found that if you use the cleat that comes with them, they're just a little bit more compatible. So I actually have an old pair of shoes that I use specifically for the trainer because I have a dedicated trainer bike. But if you don't have that, then you can easily take them off the pedals when you start going outside more and utilize a different pair of shoes or use the cleat and the pedals on your bike that you use outside. So it's up to you. But they are a good option to have. It's nice to have power. It really gives you a sense of where you are and being able to control, being right on, dead on to that power really helps. It's better inside than outside because terrain, wind, how you're feeling, those kinds of things can play into being outside So they're a really good tool for your indoor training. So we just have one more minute, and then we will be done for the night. This is a good, I hope you see how different this was and how it definitely can jumpstart the legs a little differently than doing a slow, heavy cadence work or something high cadence work. It's not the same. We're building different ligaments, tendons, muscles, everything. You might feel this actually in your glutes tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you're walking around, you start climbing steps and you're like, what? Why does my butt hurt? All right. Great workout, you guys. Good job. Whew. Nice to have a good solid group too.